Yeah, everybody is playing subconscious and corporeal. You look at the story that just dropped with the 21-year-old, the dude with the afro, the Spanish dude with the afro, and he killed the little girl, Lyric, and the other boyfriend, and they're trying to give him 15 years, like 300 months, and he's saying still to this day, he's claiming that it's self-defense. Now listen to what I just learned about this story. The last time the mother seen the daughter Lyric, the one that was trying to be a honey beaver or honey trap or a busy beaver or whatever, um, she was talking to her mom, her father. She gave him a hug, and she was like, she's about to take a shower and go out, and she's about to go do what she's about to do with the two dudes or whatever, try to set someone up. But the intricate key part of this situation is that her mom had to tell her, Lyric, she told Lyric, do not stay in the shower for an hour and 45 minutes like usual. Okay. To get on the interview, listen, look at the blatantness, like you're caught, the guiltiness, the look that they give off, that certain people give off. Look at the look that certain people give off when you are caught subconscious in somebody, and when you are caught in the ghostly, and then somebody becomes ghostly after the situation. Look at that. So Lyric, if I'm a lawyer, right? I'm a lawyer, I just got paid mad money, and I heard that from my mother. That is borderline of her being accessory to a murder and getting away with it. Meaning, if she's in the cold, listen, if little Lyric, 14-year-old Lyric, or she's lying about her age or whatever, you know, the new thing that goes on, like how Jason Tatum just messed up the whole Celtics situation, the Shea Frost, the curse of Kai Cenat, and all of them. You see how it just tarnishes everything in life when you lie about your age? So, you know, Lyric is either in a cold or a hot shower, losing her skinny little breath that's going hand in hand with the incorporeal murder degree, trying to act like a monster and be first, just to point the gun first and take a shot. And years later to tell a lie to saying it was self-defense and standing on it because there was nobody else to contest it. Do you see what I mean? Her mother went on an interview and said the last time she seen her daughter alive, and she had to tell her not to take a shower for an hour and 45 minutes. That's 100 minutes that this woman was washing her body like always, holding her breath in either cold water as a strong swimmer or in hot water as a hot-blooded, skinny, I want a fat booty and bigger legs, a girl trying to blossom or 6 or 7 into a woman, right? That's that's the equivalency of the Boston Celtics trading Anthony Simons for a 35-year-old Vujicic, right? Whatever his name is, for the same contract. What's the sense of grabbing a big man when you got two on the bench that all they need is to play basketball, but you're playing Jordan Walsh instead, right? Look at it this way. You have Chris Boucher and Amari Williams on the bench as the Boston Celtics. As a basketball game and basketball plays, if the ball is going in and somebody is scoring, there's no need for a rebound. There's no need for a rebound. If somebody is putting the ball in the hoop the right way, there's no need for a big man for a rebound. And the Boston Celtics proved that already when they won it with Al Horford. You take Anthony Simons. This is racism, colorism. This is subconscious incorporeal activity. You take light-skinned Simons and trade him for the Hispanic or Italian Vujicic that's 35. They have the same contract. What happens if Vujicic leaves? Just like you thought Anthony Simons probably would have left. You never know. What's the sense? You trade a 27-year-old for a 35-year-old. This is the type of stupidity that happens when somebody like Jason Tatum is lying about their age, or anybody for that matter. They got the same contract. So you basically traded Drew Holiday. You traded Drew Holiday for Vujicic. You let Porzingis go because he has the European flu. He has an autoimmune condition. Yes, Kristaps Porzingis has the European flu. It's like an autoimmune condition. He has it for life. So you got away with trading him off, but did not know until right now, into the incorporeal of me, thanks to my blogging, that Jason Tatum is lying about his age. And I've been saying if he is. I just decide, and I told you 6 years ago, 5 years ago, when I started YouTubing and being on the internet, I told you years ago that I'm going to start releasing stuff that's going to flip you out if you stayed in tune. So lucky me that famous people stood intact, like the End of Sentence, 1090 Jake, Hassan Campbell, and the rest of the big time YouTubers. They kind of stayed insane with me. Look at the knowledge that I'm dropping. So Anthony Simons is the slam dunk champion. We already know him. Peyton Pritchard. This is how you know the NBA is rigged. It's rigged. In the playoffs, when you're playing the same exact team over and over again, right? Peyton Pritchard is going to be clamped and shut down just like Jason Tatum did. Guaranteed. So you traded a point guard that was the slam dunk champion that came off the bench and had 39 for a 35-year-old. Jason Tatum is not 27. He's 30-something. And he actually ran into Jaylen Brown and fractured Jaylen Brown's cheek with his elbow. Your teammate, imagine your teammate running into you in a live game out of frustration. Go look at it again. Jason Tatum did it on purpose. He ran into Jaylen Brown on purpose, his own teammate, and fractured his face because they weren't getting along. It was frustrating the basketball game. Go watch it. You see how I pulled the Deshae Frost, scratching the herpes giblets and the herpes fluid on his hand and then wiping it, mistakenly wiping it on the table and stuff like that. Listen, when you lie about your age and everybody's backing you lying about your age, everything just goes to shit. The NBA is rigged. There's no way. What is the excuse? They have the same exact contract. One person is 35 years old and one is 27. If they both get hurt in the same game at the same time, you think the 27, with the same injury too, the 27-year-old will have a better recovery than the 35-year-old. They traded a 27-year-old point guard where they struggle at. Yeah, in depth. For a big man, a Spanish big man, and they have two other big men on the floor. And on the bench. They have two other big men on the bench. They got a rookie. He's 6'11", 7 foot. And he wants to run the floor. And Amari Williams. And they got Chris Boucher. He can shoot the three. And he's like 6'10". Instead of letting them play now, you're supposed to let them play now, right? Preserve Derek White. And if Peyton Pritchard, if he has to be preserved, then he deserves to be the sixth man and let Anthony Simons start. They did not let Anthony Simons start one time. They did not let that man on a $21 million. First they said it was $27 million. First they said it was 27. This is how you know they lied. This is why I'm big on the facts. I'm big on the blogs. They lied. First they said it was $27 million. Now it's 21.5. Take note of that with a trade like that. So the Chicago Bulls, they have Anthony Simons, Kobe White, who would be leaving, and Mike Conley Jr. for what? Is it because Anthony Simons, his literacy is illiterate to the subconscious until he gets a little older? Maybe. Is he a father with two guns, or does his father have two guns and he doesn't have a gun at all? And he's too blessed and privileged to play with the Boston Celtics trying to win a banner of number 19. Is that what it is? You traded a light-skinned point guard, 6'3" point guard that's the slam dunk champion. He just had 29 off the bench, but had 39 before that. You traded that for a 35-year-old center who's undersized, Spanish undersized center. He's 35. If somebody is making the shots and counting the points, the center doesn't have a job. The big man doesn't have the job. He doesn't have a job. He doesn't need one. You can have anybody under there just to get back on defense. Just saying. He's 35. He's not 27. Anthony Simons is 27. The NBA is rigged. I said it in my last video. Go look at my last videos. You traded Jrue Holiday for Anthony Simons. Everybody in Portland got so mad. They're steaming. They're on fire. And the only fans that's in Portland is not black people. It's white people. And they hate the Boston Celtics because they're probably Portland Trailblazer fans. That the whole white society just got caught yesterday excessively laughing under their breath at Anthony Simons and the Boston Celtics and me as being a Boston Celtic fan and have been a supporter of Anthony Simons, and I'm against Jason Tatum and Peyton Pritchard. Peyton Pritchard is going to get annihilated in the playoffs. FanDuel or everything that's popping right now. You think that's not going to go away? We almost in March. The season is over in June. Look how it's close. If you think you're getting money now, right? And then in the clutch in the playoffs, when it fails, and I'm a true Boston Celtic fan, and at this point, all I want to see is Joe Mazzulla is to be fired. I want Joe Mazzulla fired. I want Brad Stevens fired. Yeah. I want Jason Tatum traded. And I want Peyton Pritchard traded. And I want Derek White traded. And I want Jaylen Brown traded. I want all them niggas traded. I've been a Celtic fan before these niggas thought about being a Celtic fan for playing with the Celtics. And as a Boston Celtic fan, for years, I am highly, highly, highly offended. I'm rubbed so wrong that I'm going to have my way. You're included in the spots. It's like UFO spots again. You're included. I want the whole entire team traded right now. I would take Ja Morant right now. For the whole team, I'll take Ja Morant. I'm going to say even. They don't even have to give us nobody else. And if it doesn't happen, magic will happen. I'm not playing. That is the most insulting thing I've ever seen in my whole entire life of living. That nigga Anthony Simons came off the bench every single game. He didn't start not one game. Not one game. They better not say that nigga started. They started Baylor Shireman. Listen to the automatic robot that's in the simulation. It's like you can have sex with a girl, but she's on her way home and she just wants you to follow her home so you can fuck her and run out the crib. You gotta jump out the window. They just watched Anthony Simons, right? They just got a steal. Anthony Simons. They just watched a complete innocent blessing leave the Boston Celtics. Facts. If that joint is biblical. If you gonna call Ray Allen Jesus and God and all of that, then we gonna call Anthony Simons a prophecy, and I'm a color curser. I'm a cursed color. I'm a curse your color. Yes, I am. That's what you just seen. That's what the white people get for being over here on planet Earth. That's what they get. Whether you're a Boston Celtic fan or not, for the color green, you deserve it. That had to have been the worst move to show the world. You notice it didn't go high on commercials, on TVs, or nothing crazy like the James Harden joint, right? And y'all see, they showed you. Listen, they showed y'all Anthony Simons. Dig that on television, because the whole world, that everybody that knows, that plays basketball around the world, this is serious. Everybody around the world knew who Anthony Simons was. There's mad people in the league, and y'all got to look at him at the same time as a collective. Think about this. It's nothing else to do. Football season, nothing. It's nothing else to do. Everybody's watching basketball. He shined. I don't care what nobody say. He didn't start not one time. I don't care. The next game he had 9 or 11. I don't care. This nigga came off the bench and had 39 and had mad 20-point games. I watched him. I watched every single game. We are looking at the Boston Celtics saying that this new center is going to bring us a championship. Because what's the excuse if Anthony Simons doesn't bring you a championship? Look at the symbolism. It's that serious. Think about yesterday and how we felt yesterday. You really can't recall anything. You ate some food that you recall yesterday, but did you recall any comedy or laughing out loud by yourself or talking out loud by yourself that you could recollect? Nothing. Think about what you just did as a human being functioning in society. Think about your silence and your smiles. You're sitting up there smiling silently and nothing was funny, nothing had happened. Or you're in your room smiling for no reason. Or something that's playing is not necessarily funny. It's a fight playing on TV or on your phone and you're smiling. Think about the human behavior that you forget every single day as you live it, because a second is quick as hell. I just showed you something that's crazy. That had to have been the most racist, colorist, subconscious, incorporeal, dumbest white people, or you know who their sidekicks are besides the white people? All the other females in the world. That had to have been the worst stupid shit I've ever seen in my life. There's no excuse. It's no excuse. This is what happens when you lie about your age. Everybody thought it was cool. Yeah, Jason Tatum is lying about his age. He didn't just sabotage JB. He didn't just sabotage Al Horford. He didn't just sabotage Isaiah Thomas. They showed you again. And everybody know Anthony Simons is a way better hold, is a way better have, a keep than a 35-year-old Vujacic. You're trying to save $17 million. How all of a sudden you're saving $17 million? It's rigged. You're lying. Where was this a couple of weeks ago? That if you trade Anthony Simons for the same contract, you're going to come off $17 million? How is that possible? It was the same contract. It's a lie. He was worth 27 to 29 million. That's what it is. They lie. That shit is fake. The caps and all of that, the cap space, that shit is fake. It's all off gambling. Facts. Think about the family he's going through. Now he got to move to Chicago, a couple of hours away. It's not that far from Boston. It's not. But is he going to come back to Boston as a free agent? Would he get that message? I wouldn't go back. No, I wouldn't go back at all. Why would I go back? If I was him, no. I would never want to go to the Boston Celtics game. Kyrie, too. They hate Kyrie Irving because he wiped his feet on the Celtic, on the Celtic Warrior, on a Leprechaun. Look how y'all niggas was acting. Everybody was giddy yesterday. Look at YouTube. Look in the game. All the players were smiling. Everybody's smiling. Everybody. The referees are smiling. The audience is, y'all all are smiling at the same time. There's nothing that funny. It's nothing. It was nothing that funny for me to see y'all all smiling on TV at the same time. It was nothing funny. At a basketball game, it was nothing that funny. And I'm stealing the games, meaning I can watch every single game. That's the worst thing ever. That's like being a father, a Cabbage Patch father. That's like being a parent. That's like a woman stealing your sperm and not giving you your kid. And mistreating your kid for another laugh because it's you in there. But you get a better laugh, though, when you're me. That shit is funny. You see how I can laugh at my baby mother? I can laugh at her chin. Like somebody needs to punch her in her chin and it shows. It's funny. And for people that's joking like me and people that know me, you know that shit was funny. And you know which one I'm talking about too. You know? A chin. That's the worst thing ever in life. To be that subconscious. Everything matched perfect to a T. To a white man's laughter. Facts. People going to the foul line, lining up. The referees, everybody laughing at the free throw line. The fans is standing up, smiling, with a grin from ear to ear. Yeah, an ear-to-ear smile. I got a cousin that put a scar on a Mexican from ear to ear. And when that happened, right, he went to jail for it and everything, they made Yonkers a sanctuary city. Now, listen, this is real talk. My cousin's, his crime came under the celebrity bell. When he got pulled into jail, and the Mexicans and his parents went to go look at my cousin to see why and who would do that to them. He gave him 300 stitches. He gave him 300 stitches. A slash from ear to ear. I'm talking about through the left to the right side of his face. A heinous act. It came under the celebrity bell. A whole bunch of celebrities that was backing my little cousin But all the friends didn't get caught, had to go to the court so they could have some type of mercy on my cousins. And after that, Yonkers became a sanctuary city. And in other cities, they followed after that. If you look at who do the paperwork, the records, the files, the judging, who does the hard labor and makes the decisions, those people aren't black, colored people making our decisions, being our judges. When they're doing the paperwork, they barely can speak English. They just have English education. They can speak other languages. And that's why they hire getting them salaries. So it's not fair. So I don't give a fuck about you either. I don't care. Of course my family's going to ride out for my little cousin no matter what he did. They favored him more than they favored a lot of other cousins that I had. So of course it's going to work out that way. This nigga got police cousins, Spanish police cousins, not siding with the Mexicans. You feel me? But, things is going to happen. They show violent crimes to Supreme Courts and federal courts, right? Like if you go outside right now and get in trouble and then you caught on camera, stuff like that, they take the videotape up to the courts, to the higher courts, and they have white people constantly listening to your name and watching you doing a crime, committing a crime. And they have your tape being played in front of hundreds and hundreds of people. People that's learning how to become lawyers and all types of judges and bailiffs and stuff like that. Yeah, they grooming and seasoning and constantly telling your name and then showing you as the aggressor. Up in Albany, around in Pennsylvania, in Connecticut, yeah, it's all around the world. That's what's happening in them offices. Them tall buildings and stuff like that. They have meetings and gatherings where they showing crimes. That's why you see on World Star, you see violent pages. That idea is from the government. The government has to view stuff like that too, because they make decisions and they try to create new laws. I'm thinking that's obvious. Y'all people know that. Y'all people was slow on certain things. You feel me? And all it is people using common sense. You got hypnosis, counselors, psychologists, psychiatrists, doctrines and masters. Then you have these people that get chosen to have clients. Hypnosis. Kamala Harris, what did she have? Amnesia? Didn't they say she died? Can somebody tell California 2014, 2015, 2016-ish that there was a story that Kamala Harris died in a car accident? And they brought her back using chips. Does she have a chip implanted in her? Now, she ran after me. She chased me before 2014. So I don't know what the problem is. It's not like I'm lying. They said she died after that shit. My TV was over here. Was on the other side. I remember this shit distinctively. My TV was on this side, right here. I got a plug over here. If you see there's a light over here, yeah. I could turn the whole room around and I could put the TV was over here. I do this type of setup on purpose. I don't like to move the floor. The floor is so sensitive. You try to be light and you just can't. The walls is light. We used to take advantage, right? We used to take, I hated this shit so much because I knew how sensitive it was, right? When we had friends that used to hang with each other, and the gay men used to call us gay because it was a bunch of boys. going to play the video game at your man's house. They used to call us gay as little kids. In this complex, in this whole strip right here. Gay, and they used to laugh, and girls used to laugh. This shit personal. Yeah, this shit personal. When we used to do bugged out shit just to make y'all laugh harder and hold a grudge on y'all niggas. This is facts. They said Kamala Harris was a rising politician. She had got into a car accident. She was considered dead. But rumor has it, they put some type of robotic chip shit and something like a pacemaker, but it was better than a pacemaker, and she had amnesia. When they resuscitated her, she had amnesia. That's what's supposed to happen when you resurrect the dead. If Little Durk was to make a story in jail and give all his money on trying to resurrect L.A. Capone and King Von and go broke in jail, he would come out of jail, if he really invested his money, into a whole bunch of new money. You see, they robbed Floyd Mayweather, right? They robbed him. They robbed Floyd Mayweather for the buildings. Blackballed him and robbed him. But if Little Durk was to have a story, instead of the skeletons on his back and him on his legs and knees, either sucking somebody's dick in Arabic. I don't know what the fuck is going on in Chicago. Chicago is terrible. Whatever the fuck he's doing. You seen the episode? The 50 Cent shit? You seen that shit? That's what that shit is. That nigga's fucking... That's not haram. That's not bad. That shit is evil. It's past bad. It's evil. So pour all that money that India done spent, nigga, and resurrect Davon, since you was supposed to be at my great-grandmother's funeral, and resurrect Leonard Capone, nigga, since your name was at my great-grandmother's funeral and your presence was there so much. And those two niggas is dead, and fucking they look like they trying to kill Cedar Honcho. That's our other cousin that was there that made it. That nobody, y'all niggas don't know. Yeah, he was out before Honcho. He's better than Honcho. Honcho stole my little cousin's name. C. Honcho. He stole his name. Right there. That's it right there. He looks exactly like C. Honcho. Honcho and C. Honcho look exactly alike. He's just taller than my cousin and bigger than my little cousin, bro. My little cousin is better than this nigga. By far. My little cousin is lyrically... He's black. He's dark as hell, just like David was. That's the David blend. That's the David side, too. And he's way better than this nigga Honcho. One hit wonder, two hit wonder. My little cousin has been rapping for years. You see, I don't like pen and pad too much, but certain pen and pads you gotta respect. You're gonna respect my little cousin's pen and pad, Cedar Honcho, just like you respected King Von's pen and pad and L.A. Capone's pen and pad. Facts. And L.A. Capone was mad young. We knew at my great grandmother's funeral he was gonna jump off the porch. He was gonna jump off first. We knew it. Everybody knew it. I knew it. Everybody across from me knew it. The White Barksdales knew it. Monique Corello knew it. Tank's mother, she knew L.A. Yeah, she knew L.A. was going to jump off first. And all that. This is nothing new to me. This was my great-grandmother. This wasn't their great-grandmother. This was my great-grandmother. You feel me? It was my father's mother. So this was blood. You understand that? You see how I'm 100% Native American Indian? Because that woman was 100% Native American Indian. And she was mean as hell. That's the only reason why strangers come to a funeral. You didn't have my back. I was there alone, basically. Them Chicago niggas came Deep. It was like 1,000,000 of them niggas. Them niggas came deep. That shit was huge. Then you got white people with blue eyes and blonde hair with the last name Barksdale. No, I'm telling you something that's real. My great-grandmother was known to be a mean-ass woman. Mean as hell. Truth be told. Just saying. And when you go to Virginia, you see all the niggas down there look exactly like her. Transparency and everything. Yes. Eyes is turning all black. Lying and say they Caribbean so you can get out their face. That's what's happening. They're incorporeal. They're intangible. Whose incorporality are you living in? Is it yours? Are you on a ride? Are you on a plane ride or a boat ride? Are you on a bus ride with somebody with these magical powers? Okay? Where are you people? You don't have angel wings. Okay? You don't. None of you niggas. The tattoos don't count. Okay? They don't. It's just, maybe I was born with a tail and nobody wanted to tell me, because I still got a piece on my back and it looks like I was born with a tail. And if you look at my baby pictures, I was very exotic looking or Native American looking, and that's why my grandmother passed out my pictures and they started a rumor that I had died, and a whole bunch of strangers and new foreigners and new immigrants took my picture to their house when I was a baby. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what I really, really remember. These tricks that you people play, you still play to this day. You think you slide, slick, and smooth because, you know, other people know about these tricks and y'all can play them at the same time on the people that don't know them or don't have the chance to play them when you get to play them. As a matter of fact, you all been around the world, cuz. I've been around the world. I seen it. You could go to a university, and then when the around the world comes to the university, you've been around the world. You know, college shit. Overstanding and understanding. You traded a 27-year-old for a 35-year-old. New York, you traded me, chakra red, your favorite color, for the orange chakra, Kai Cenat. He ate somebody else's doo-doo. That's stuck right here. The orange chakra. Do I have to say it? Because if I say what it is it going to curse you? Yeah, that's doo-doo. He ate somebody's doo-doo. Remember when that Caribbean lady ate a cat and it looked like the cat was stuck in her eyes? Just like the killer I just explained, the guy that killed the girl, the little 14-year-old and the 17-year-old. You see how the eyes stick into the killer? Or perhaps when the dude killed the Spanish dude killed the little Caribbean black, light-skinned red kid for having sex with his sister. You remember that? He set him on fire. Remember that during COVID? He set him on fire in the hallway in the city. Y'all don't remember that? I remember it. Remember that? And then he had the mask on. He tried to go in the cop car like he was the thoroughbred. And you can see the Caribbean looking like the Spanish dude because they say you get stuck in there. And he tried to look at the camera all hard because he knew something. He set him on fire. You remember he stabbed him up and then he set him on fire because he had sex with his sister. They was, I don't know, close in age or something like that. Something set him off. Swept under the rug. Who are you listening to set you off that way? Now your sister done put you in jail. She done had sex like 78 times with like 20 different men, and you in jail, and you not eating enough of anything, you ain't running enough of nothing. They not. You need commissary. You need it. You need commissary. If you starving, right? If you starving now on the street, you're not really starving. You're dehydrated. You're very, very thirsty. There's a such thing as starving and hunger. A lot of y'all niggas don't have it. You learn that shit the right way. You see how you be in jail showing mental health still? Commissary, you waiting for it? It's because you still dehydrated. All you doing is eating. If you was hydrated the right way, and then you get commissary, you go to sleep, you eat yourself to sleep, you wouldn't throw up or nothing. Facts. Who's in? That's the ghostly I'm explaining to you. That's the mind. That's the mental health. That's my brain power that I have over you niggas. And I never told you. I'ma just use this shit on you niggas. The worst way possible. Everybody. Kids, squirrels, birds, elderly people. All y'all niggas. High school, college attendees. Deshae is wiping his herpy giblet juice on the couch, then touching Monique's child. That's your community. That's not my community. I'm tired of hearing it. My cat is allowed to go take a shit and jump on the bed. I'm covered the bed. The bed has a fucking cover over it, especially for him. It's not my bed. I paid a lot of money for the bed. It's his bed. And her bed. It's their bed. It's not mine. It's covered. Yes, it's sanitized and everything. It's stuff like that. And then it's Kai Cenat eating shit and having sex with women. He's having sex with women. He's sucking people's dick. You see the laugh? Kai Cenat, you suck a white man's dick and you laugh because you know you ate some shit and you got gastroenteritis. And then the white man wanted to give you mental health and then realized you got him sick. So it's a fucked up laugh. It's a laugh and then he wants to cry. He wants to get even. I said even. In a different way. Y'all niggas is sickos. Alright. Y'all niggas is herped out. I done got bitches beat up with women I done had sex with. So don't get it fucked up. Just because I fucked you don't mean I can't get you fucked up. By a bitch I fucked. Facts. Later down the line, it happens. We either catch you now or I catch you later. I get you hyped. Facts. It's amazing. Yesterday went by quickly. Listen. Quickly. Like a raptor or a knickerbocker. Okay? It went by quickly. We all laughed at James Harden. We all laughed. Everybody laughed. Think about how quickly yesterday went, though. Just be honest. CERN is cutting the sky, making the time go quicker, making the days go quicker. Look how fast we got adapted to 5:30, 5:23, 5:49. Think about those times. UFOs was coming at 7:50, 7:52, 7:55, 7:57 at night. It was getting dark at 9 o'clock in the summertime. Now we got adjusted to 5:23, 5:36, 5:49. If the sun is up, our eyes was like, oh, but it was just dark. 4:30, kids got home at 3:30, 4:30, you seen it getting yellow. 5 o'clock, it was over. The weather's man-made. Facts. How is New York not prepared for 16 inches of snow? I don't know. 20 degrees or not. 5 degrees or not. It's only 16 inches. They hot as something. It's still plowed on the sides. 16 inches. Y'all, listen. Y'all niggas still got snow outside. On the curb. In parking spots. You still park sideways. On the street. Left and right side. Today's Tuesday or Friday. Which one? Wednesday? Is there a rule there? How's the fire hydrant? Sanctuary City. The dog shit and the dog piss is on top of the snow. That means the city of Yonkers is in cahoots with the dog owners. Sanctuary cities, just like that, federal property. I can nail your city, any city. I just have to know what it is. That's my gift. By law, I remember all of that shit. I don't need no dates. I don't need none of that shit. All I need is a pen and a pad or to type it. And I remember the laws. I remember the verses, the Civil War and all of that. So when I make a point and I snitch on you, New York, because I snitched on you, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for you. All you mental health niggas, all you mental health bitches, you found an imaginary friend. The ghostly, the incorporeal, the subconscious, the never-changing, the unchanging. Tried to take advantage of the one only sensitive thing in life. That's what y'all do. Y'all go for the most sensitive thing, right? In the ghostly, because you want to kill that person's physical. Yeah. You like being called the demon. I don't grant you that. You like being called a badass and evil. I don't grant you that. They all have retardation in common. There's no devil in Hindu. I beat you on that. If the devil was green, how would you look at society? So Trump, they told Trump no on the $2,000. So this is Trump trying to get me paid, right? I'm thinking about going live and calling Key Bank and having a live discussion, a live argument with Key Bank because they illegally did something to me and they're holding me from living the YouTube life for being stubborn. If you notice, you need a bank to start getting paid from social media such as YouTube now. They don't allow certain cards unless you meet certain vendors that sell you extensions. You notice the change, right? You see the backwardness? So Trump, if he's trying to give you 2 racks or 6 racks because your job let y'all go too early or you had to switch, something didn't work out. You see people trying to delay it and hold it back. I told you I was correct about the taxes situation. Everything we spent, we were supposed to get back. Because if we buy into luxury and buy into expensiveness, that's how you get it back and live better. When you save after you're granted it, When you go to college, you get a grant. Every year, you get grants. Not just subsidized and unsubsidized loans. You get grants, too, that you don't have to pay back. But eventually, you got to take out a private solo loan. I'm trying to teach y'all something. You have to buy into the economy. You have to get expensive and buy abundance and buy a lot. So the economy can make money. If you break the house up, set it on fire, bash the windows, and you have enough money to pay the workers and have enough money to go get the materials, they let you do that shit. You just paid out a whole bunch of workers, and you just brought out a whole bunch of materials that's not used on a daily basis, because windows aren't broken on a daily basis. Doors aren't broken on a daily basis. So when you loc out like that, you help the business and the organization. It's like farming. The farmers versus the stores. The manufacturers, basically. This shit is biblical. I'm going to call it biblical for y'all. Since y'all want to drag me into it and follow me, I'm going to call it biblical still. It should make y'all mad. That's the purpose. It's my purpose to make y'all mad. We're going to call this biblical. It's 22 chapters in Revelation. We're now living in the 23rd. LeBron, Mike Jordan-ish. And this is what takes place. From the time we can record it until the end time, when somebody can record it and record our death. That's when it becomes the 23rd chapter of Revelation. Is when something disastrous happens and there's other people that stay alive and to write exactly what happened. Biblical. Quranish. Torah-ish. Yiddish. Oh yeah, I'm on y'all niggas. I'm on all y'all. The J community, what are they doing besides living like Native American Indians in houses? And when I say that, they said back in the day, the Indians used to have a lot of sex. That's all the Jewish community do, is have sex and have kids. The Spanish people, they don't hate on them like they hate on black people. Africans don't hate on them like they hate on black people. White people with blue eyes don't hate on them like they hate on black people. The Asian people don't hate on them like they don't hate on black people. The Arabs don't hate on them like they hate black people. Fuck you mean? The Caribbeans don't hate on them. They try to be like them. To be honest, with sucking baby dick. Then they hate the other colored people that's around them. Fuck you mean? New York? Especially New York. There's no Spanish people. I can't complain about the Spanish people in the South because they beat them up and ran them out and killed them and all that, raped them and all that. The Pilgrims and Indian shit happened to the Spanish Indian. The Native American Indian that looks like Spanish people and Caribbean people, that shit happened to them. There's a whole nother looking Indian, just like it's Bigfoot, just like it's a bear, and just like it's a gorilla. Yeah, it's just like that. Y'all niggas is dead meat. The Central Indians was the Asian Indians. The Asian look, that's where that shit came from. It came from them. And if you look at our side, that's where my look comes from. The left side is the Teneo Indian in that fucking Caribbean shit. And then they moved the Caribbean to the southeast. Water, man. Water. You sound like a black leprechaun. Do I gotta explain it again? The Central, Detroit, Chicago, and down Houston, Louisiana, all that shit, coming over here to Nebraska, Wisconsin, all Asian-looking Native American Indian people. That's not how they fucking look. Back in the day. All of them niggas, from the top to the bottom, they was Asian looking. That's why the Mexicans look that way. Facts. Y'all niggas can't tell me nothing. Chicago, you're wrong. The Asian people had Chicago before y'all niggas was invented. Before your Cabbage Patch. Before your Cabbage Patches came out. The Asian people was there. It's a fact, nigga. A cold, hard fact. I don't give a fuck what white people say about them being Native American Indian. I don't care what you say. The fucking Asian was in the Central. You said that they wasn't. That's a fucking no-no. Just like how Barksdale was barking at the Mexicans. That's a no-no. And other Spanish people, that's a no-no. You shouldn't have said that. You done fucked up. Right. There's no second chance. It's over. You just fucking light turned off. That's what you wanted, a second chance. We don't give you what you want. You're not the slave master. I don't give you what you want. Okay? You're not the fucking slave master, none of y'all. Okay? Remember that. That's a fact. You're not the Indian slave master, you dumbass. You're Caribbean and Spanish. You're not the Indian slave master. You see exactly what the fuck we talking about. Black people. Right? You see the Indian got black people. You see that shit, right? And then when that shit is clear and apparent, and you can't be a coward now. Now we're going to see you a weirdo because you're not going to throw a punch. You're not going to throw one punch. You're going to wait till I turn my back to get gangster. And says you could have had me. When I'm out here face to face with you and I lock eyes with you, and you know I want to punch your head down the street, you become the same chicken's disease that's about to fall out and wake up to somebody's dick in your mouth as a boy. That's what you're about to do. That shit is funny to me. That's why I ain't knocked you out yet. Because you're about to see me again, and you forgot you wasn't that tough. I walked away and came back. That's how fast I was, nigga. Act like I was walking by and I came back. And scared the shit out you and got a fucking laugh. I got 4 kids to prove it. 4 kids. I got 4 of them shits look just like me. Frozen in there. And they hate their mother. To my delight. Can't stand a bitch. Just keep acting. Tell her you love her and everything. They hate that bitch. All 4 of them. Yeah. 3 different moms. 4 different kids. They all hate them bitches. Can't tell me. You can't tell me nothing. I want to see a change. Because your stupid ass held them for me. And now that they're older, they're just going to become wiser and learn. So now they're going to be able to decipher something on their own. Just like every person does. Embodiment. You thought I was stuck on red. You thought I was stuck in the ground like roots and I was dead. Right? That's what you thought, right? I got your favorite fairy queer color. And now look at you. You motherfuckers feel stupid. I became a better embodiment. My body don't look like snot and shit. It looks like a fucking Panthera that been in the wild his whole life. You feel me? I sometimes resemble a fucking silverback gorilla, right? When I cut my fucking mustache and I'm on shit, right? I'm lifting your body weight too easy. Naturally. I ain't taking none of that shit. Gains. That's what they say. Gains. Yeah. Natural gains. Proud of myself. Did it in jail. In front of the COs. In front of all these niggas. Show them how I get big. And hold it. Yeah. There's a difference between working out and eating, big man. Relax yourself. Caught the embodiment. Those is my children. You left me for dead. What? The women's egg is wet. It's a wet egg, kiddo. It's not like it's an egg in a carton. It's when the sperm splashes into the egg, it can light up in night vision goggles. goggles, whatever they call them. Yeah. That's what it's about. Yeah. When you die, your embodiment leaves. So therefore, it's going to show into the child, which you are now, you're a part of. Okay? And there's nothing they can do about it. Whether they freeze it or they heat it up. All they do is give the woman a steroid for you to become a full person, along with her egg. When you transition from embodiment, you lose muscle, you lose air, you lose brain waves when you die. It becomes you again. If you have a child, you live through your child. They don't understand it. They can explain this shit to you, but they don't understand it. That's why they try to name it. Recreation, reincarnation, incarnations. They try to name it, but they can't explain why and how. They call it godly. I told you it's weather, temperature, embodiment. What? If I was rooted in red, dead, underground, I'm a different embodiment than if I fall in the water and drown in the water and die in the water and deteriorate underwater. And rigor mortis comes in underwater. It's different than dying under the ground. Always remember that. That's the difference between red and green. Red, green, colorblind. This is what I'm saying about you people. You don't understand a lot of stuff. I understand the medical bell. You're fucking with the wrong person. This is something I can't make up. It's embodiment. The only reason why I made it is because they're my children. And them little shits know that shit. Facts. That nigga Blueface, listen, Chrisean is poisoning her child, homie. And they just let Blueface just, he served the time on purpose so he don't have to be there. He don't care. You can see right through that shit. He's laying Chrisean. Yeah, look at that monster bitch. They know that shit is about embodiment. They killed the other father. The baby still didn't come back to formation. That's her wicked ass thinking. That's that stupid backwards shit that you niggas live in every single day. That's it right there. Thought I was finished with y'all? On TV, they humiliated this nigga Blueface. They said he has a percentage of being the father. That shows you Cabbage Patch activity. Maury showed you you're 99% the father. They showed you on Blueface, that's what that zoo shit is about. That's what it was about. Otherworldly things. They said it's a possibility. A percentage of possibility that he is the father. Meaning the baby was Cabbage Patch. The other father is the nigga she got killed. She thought she was going to be able to kill a nigga, her son, leave her son outside in the cold, so he can gather enough air to get rid of retardation, because that's all retardation is. It's a lack of air. They thought they was going to get rid of this nigga's embodiment by killing the other father and having the baby outside while his embodiment deteriorates. That's what they think. That's what the medical field teaches you. That's what religion teaches you. That's what science teaches you. It's sick. It's not true. The baby's deformed because Chrisean was drinking and smoking and being the way she was being. That's why. They killed the nigga for no reason. Fuck you talking about? That's the hideous shit. This is why I come the way I come at niggas and at people, dog. That's the hideous shit. I'm bringing up Chrisean. She got the same last name and she got the same looking father as a nigga I had beef with when I was in college that I had to go to jail for. I'm thinking that's her cousin. People thinking that her and Tank is related, but her and the nigga that I had stabbed is related. In 2008. And my Cabbage Patch mom, or my daughters, was the bitch that set us up. Look at that shit. Cool. Black China's cousin. She's Black China's cousin. What the fuck? What the fuck can you... What are you gonna say to me? And I got you beat. Yeah, one of my BMs is Black China's cousin. Right? And she's involved with a whole bunch of bad shit. She's in celebrity just like I am. Nobody knew that shit, right? You breaking news. You didn't introduce nothing to me. I picked up on your laugh, your Anthony Simons laugh. See how I picked up on your Anthony Simons laugh? I picked up on the laugh because I already know she's a celebrity too. I guess that's my intuition, how I'm hitting first. Rob Kardashian type shit, you know? It's funny to me. It's funny, you know. Baylor Shireman, people. The Boston Celtics. We have Baylor Shireman, Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, Jason Tatum, and Derek White. Derek White. A little bit of Jaylen Brown. Okay. And Jordan Walsh. He has no hair. No hair. He has that condition. I know the name of it, but he got that condition. What you see that shit? That's unbelievable. And look. Look what the Jazz did. Look what the Jazz did. And Danny Ainge, who is known to give the Celtics, they be cheating for us. I'm not gonna lie. Look what they did. Danny Ainge is about to cheat for the Celtics. The NBA is rigged. They're about to cheat for us. This is next season, not now. Not now. This is next season. They're about to cheat for us. Kyle Anderson, Walter Clayton Jr., and 2 other people in a draft pick for Jaren Jackson? Look. Watch it happen. Watch. I'm dead serious. This shit is rigged. It's rigged. Just how we got KG. You see how we got KG and Ray Allen? And then we got dope-ass Rondo. We had Eddie House. Remember that? We had Eddie House. We had Tony Allen. You see how we caught a bomb squad? It's because other people cheated for us? They're about to cheat again. They're about to cheat again. That's the only thing I can show y'all. They're about to cheat again. Next season. Not now. All the white people in Boston that hate Anthony Simons because he's a colored Negro, they hate this. They are so mad at this trade. They are so mad at this trade. And it shows you that the NBA is rigged. Facts. Shows you that. They traded Darius Garland. They traded Darius Garland for James Harden. And Chicago got 3 starting point guards. 3 starting point guards. Tanking. It's rigged. They just bigged up Derrick Rose. See how much they bigged up Derrick Rose? You notice that? And now you got Anthony Simons who could look like Derrick Rose. You see how weird the NBA is? Okay? See how weird the NBA is? Kobe White is trying to look like Derrick Rose. Now they got Anthony Simons, and they brought in Conley. Everybody's trying to look like Derrick Rose. It's rigged. I'm dead serious. Trying to write a story. That's all that's going to happen. Conley on his way out. Kobe White's a free agent, just like Anthony Simons. If Anthony Simons stay, he gets the start. And now he's a story on how everybody passed up on him. The Blazers and the Celtics. It's rigged. Come on. We got to win the championship this year. We got to win the championship this year. If we don't win the championship this year, I want everybody traded. All of the whites, all of them. All of them. All of the light skins, all of the whites. The Peyton Pritchards. Nikolai, right? That's his name? Nikolai Vucevic? 35. Undersized.